Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a collective or general reading for the collective, and it's Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. I want to thank you so much for all of the likes and the subscribes. I really do appreciate. Feel free to comment. This reading may or may not resonate with you, all parts, so just take what works for you and leave what doesn't. I'm going to begin the reading off by finding the underlying energy. So the underlying energy for this reading, behind the scenes, we've got the 10 of Cups. Now that's a beautiful sight to see. Or sorry, not the 10, but the 9. So what this card is saying is that you are highly favored by the universe and by the Most High, and that you are about to cross the finish line. So keep it. This card is saying, you know, this is a card of wishes. Having said that, you don't want to get caught in the wishing loop, because when you wish for something, it means you don't really have it. And now you want to get that 10th cup. So that's the goal, to cross the finish line, stay focused, really, you know, energy. Your energy is going to determine your ability to stay focused, and your energy is going to determine the outcome of this, whether you get that 10th cup or not. And we are starting the reading off with strength. I'm just going to double check, yes, that you can see this. And we have the strength card. So the strength card has been coming up a lot. It's about courage, and she's reaching into the lion's mouth because she's facing her fears. And the infinity symbol above her head represents her ability to face her fears and have the courage to bring this about. And you'll notice the sky on both of these, or the background color is a bright yellow. That means that it's happy, and it's these two cards are in sync with each other. So what I just said here is how we're starting the reading off. Stay focused, face your fears, and be willing to dig deep, even if it means, you know, it feels dangerous inside. And we have the World following that. So this is confirmation that these 9 of Cups are you're ready to receive the 10th cup. And the World is the 21st card in the major arcana. The World card is at the end of the cycle, and then the Fool begins the journey again. So basically, to earn 9 cups, you had to, you know, put the work in and do the inner work also, the shadow work. And now the world is opening up to you in a different way. And then we have the confirmation of that, take action, or having taken action. We have the 3 of Wands. The Wands are all about action, and bringing in that fire, so that your will to be able to get shift done. And this person is surveying the distance, and this card has been coming up quite a lot in my past, the last few readings. There are 2 wands planted behind him that are solidly into the ground, but he's looking off into the distance and wanting to expand his horizons. He's got his hand on this 3rd wand, which is about to, you know, what he's now focusing on, that to get that 10th cup. This energy is quite often the energy of an entrepreneur. And I keep getting that these two wands that are planted, and are that he's not necessarily leaving them, but he has completed doing that work to get that moving. And now, like, this could be like with an entrepreneur that he's ready to franchise, and he wants to take the information and his business out on a bigger scale. The wands are all about your heart's desires and having the passion to be able to take the actions necessary to be able to bring your dreams into being. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is carrying this 10th cup. The message is, yay, I'm bringing that cup in. You're bringing that cup in. The message is very, and you'll notice, like the Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor, very well put together. And the cup is holding, it quite often is a romantic gesture. Or it can be bringing in something that you love to do, or something that you love to be, what you love about yourself, and bringing that into being is coming up also. So we'll see whether it's a romantic offer or it's I'm kind of getting the feeling here that perhaps this person has been single for a long time and is now thinking, maybe I'm ready to settle down now that we have a cup in here. And maybe, success, it's lonely at the top. So sometimes this person is now ready to move forward in a way where there's partnership. And so that partnership could be regarding business, or it could be regarding, a love interest. Okay, so in the past, this person, the Four of Cups, represents someone who has been disappointed. And these 3 cups represent the disappointment that he's been through. And he's sitting on higher ground under a tree deciding, is this cup for real? This cup that's being offered by this knight, is this something that I want to take, or am I going to end up being disappointed again? And he has to have the courage to be able to accept that cup and move forward. And then what happens if he does that is the 10 of Pentacles. It's raining money. This is a really nice card. Like with the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, this is saying that all the work that's been put in, the Pentacles are about your heart's desires, or not, the wands are about your heart's desires, and the pentacles are about the 3D manifestation of that. And quite often, because money is a form of, it's about abundance, but money is a form of that abundance. And this is saying that all of those 9 cups that you put in and accepting this 10th cup will go inward and really make sure that's what you want, and then the abundance will come in. And we have the King of Cups. There we go. So the King of Cups is the most emotionally available king of all the kings, and he's very much mastered his control of his emotions. And he's sitting out on a concrete slab in the middle of water. And he's not concerned. He's got that cup in his hand, and he's just waiting for the right time to move. And you can see that his right foot has moved forward, and he's got it on the edge. So as soon as he feels that the time is right, he will make his move. And understand that the face cards in tarot deck are about archetypes. So this energy could be a male or a female, and that's in their masculine energy. The masculine energy is ready to take action and move forward. I'm building a pyramid here, and this bottom row is showing what do you need to be able to move forward with what you want to do. And do you have what you need? And this is clearly saying you have what you need. Just get your shift together so that you can move when the time is right. And then we have the manifestation row here, and it started off by the Wheel of Fortune, which is, wow, that's awesome. The wheel is turning in your favor now. So the disappointments from the past, I'm getting that this was about timing. And there's some astrological events happening that are very big right now. And what is it today? We're very close to Mercury in retrograde, which is when a lot of communication breaks down. And so basically what this is saying is that's why it's about timing and making the move and making sure that you have your T's crossed and your I's dotted. You know, make sure that you are in order before you move forward. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is this queen is really admired for her ability to be able to use what she has to be able to make things happen. And she's very focused on the pentacle, on the abundance that she wants to create in her life. And she's not getting distracted by anything else around her. She's just very, like you can see, she's very focused on that pentacle. And that pentacle is, I'm getting in this reading, that pentacle is the 3D manifestation of this final cup. And once again, the queen is an archetype. And so this could be a man or a woman in their feminine energy, which is about using the intuition. And I'm getting using the intuition to be able to know when it's time to make that move. The Wheel of Fortune is actually 3 wheels, and it has the past, the present, and the future in it. So maybe in the past, the timing just wasn't right. And now, a lot of times, people who are innovative and moving forward and taking risks like this are way ahead of their time. And then we have the moon. Yeah, so the moon is saying that the illusions and the hidden aspects are coming to light now. And the crab coming out of the water represents, you know, take off your shell and be able to handle the disappointment if it should come up. Because don't let disappointments from the past stop you from accepting this gift from the universe and from the Most High. We've got the sun and the moon here. And so this is like an eclipse. And so that's like an inward eclipse of being able to recognize that with the eclipse, it's kind of like what's hidden is being exposed. And that at this time, by using this ability to use what you have already gained, this is going to get you that next cup. And it's also, I'm getting speaking, do not let the illusion of disappointment or failure or past disappointments stop you right now, because the illusions are over. Look how bright the sun is shining. So this looks like, you know, we had an eclipse season, but that has been over for a while. So I'm getting that this is the energy coming in from the work that you did a few months ago during the eclipse season. And then we have the Ten of Swords. And so I'm just getting that at one point this seemed really dark, and there was just so many, the swords are about your intellect and using your logical mind, and there's 10 swords in the back, and it's like, I'm just getting that's what this disappointment was about, is just really feeling that you didn't have the backing that you needed. You didn't have maybe the people around you that you wanted to have. And that is now all shifting. That was just an illusion because the timing wasn't right. Rejection is God's protection. And there's his hand, although it looks disturbing, his hand is in the sign of a blessing. And that quite often, this card can be taken as a blessing in disguise. And the sun in the sun in the background is either rising or setting. So I'm just getting it's both with this moon, this eclipse energy, is the time of darkness, of being of things hidden that you didn't understand is over. And now that is setting and the sun is rising for rebirth into what you want. This energy is about what were the obstacles to manifest and bring, you know, what this cup, in this last 10th cup into being. Wow, and look at that. There's the 10th cup. And this is like ultimate fulfillment in all areas of life, and enjoying life, and the fulfillment of all the hard work that you've done has now come into fruition, and it's time to celebrate and enjoy it. That's very similar to the reading before this. It was talking about the celebration, like knowing when to, you know, work hard, play hard, but at the same time, you need to know when to work and when to play. If you don't celebrate your success, then the universe thinks that you don't really enjoy it and gives you more work. Yes, and this is coming up, the mastery of a skill set. And this card in this position in the manifestation is coming up a very positive card. This energy, this new cup is energy of new people coming in that you can collaborate with. And you've reached a certain mastery in your skill set that's allowing you to be seen in how all of this energy, you know, like the 10 of coins and the 10 of cups, and the reading starting off as the 9 of cups, and we're only into the second step of the pyramid, and we're already, we're manifesting. This is saying you are manifesting this, and you're manifesting it because you elevated your work. You see, he's on the bench, and these people want to collaborate with him, but he's on the bench because he's been elevated himself by mastering. I'm getting not just his skill set, whatever it is that you're doing, but also mastering your emotions and mastering, you know, so that you don't give in to disappointment and quit. You didn't quit, you kept going. And so it's a combination of being very good at what you do, and that also being able to be like the King of Cups and contain your emotions, be emotionally available, but don't give in to the emotions. Use, and like the Queen of Pentacles, use what you already have to keep moving forward. And yes, then we get the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is basically saying, this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. And so this is a gift from the universe. So because you accepted the gift down here and didn't give in to the disappointment, the universe now is going to bring this 10 of Cups in because of your mastery, not only over how you do your work, but how you carry yourself when things don't go your way, basically. And this row is about having the courage to move forward. So that's coming back to this here, is that you did look inward, you did find or you're in the process of doing it. There is no time, but except for on the 3D, in the 3D. So time is an illusion, but not in the third, like in physical reality. You need to be aware of timing. And that is bringing this courage to be able to keep going even though your success was hidden, is now a reward that is really paying off. And this was coming up in the last reading also. And I was getting a bigger message, so it's kind of cool that it came back in again. And this is, you know, learn from the competition, but compete with yourself. Because you can learn a lot from the competition, and then the real purpose of why you are here is to be the best version of you. So if you can, you know, step into this way of being where you are able to put yourself out there in the best way you can learn from the competition and have a real mature attitude about it. And that will take you a long way. So don't be afraid of the competition. Don't be in competition with the competition. Be in competition with the last version of yourself. And we learn from our mistakes, and we can also learn from other people's mistakes. We don't have to make the mistakes ourselves to learn from them. And then justice is coming in also. So there may have been, like, because we got the 10 of Swords and hidden in the background, there could have been some, you know, this card is about slander, gossip, you know, immaturity, like of competition, people who are immature about competition, and then kind of lower their standards. So you didn't lower your standards, you just kept going. Or that's the advice that you're being given now. Excuse me. So justice is coming in, and really justice is redemption from karma. It's about upgrading yourself, being able to get to the point where you're neutral. Karma is cause and effect. So if you were able to contain your emotions and continue to move forward and do it with, with everything inside of you intact and doing, showing the outside world that you have the ability to get this done, then eventually justice comes forward. And it really, what the competition's doing is only your business as far as how can you learn from it. What you can look at the competition and say, what would I do differently? And then do that. And it's this time that we're in right now, there's so much information that, you can really accelerate your progress very quickly by doing that. Yeah. Then we also have this is basically saying this is an 1111 portal. This is fulfillment. So these two cards are saying, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles are saying that you totally have, you're really on your way here, and you've crossed into this new portal, the 1111, of being able to keep your thoughts, use your thoughts to accelerate your progress rather than to beat yourself up and be all disappointed just because of things you don't even really know. So the problem is never what you think it is. You need to use your intuition and what you have right now and appreciate it so that you can move forward in this way. So that's, if you've done that, you're on your way. And if you're just beginning to do that, congratulations, you're on your way to fulfillment. And this also is saying, because if you notice, those wands are really tall in comparison to the rest of the picture. So that's basically saying, don't sell yourself short. Get through the portal by really maintaining your ability, working on your skill set, working on yourself to remain calm, even when things seem to be spiraling out of control. And calming your fears, basically, being in the eye of the storm. So the Queen of Cups is coming in also now on the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So what this is saying is the Queen of Cups, here's this cup again, the 10th cup, and you've received it now, and it's about being able to contain that energy now. So sometimes when people have a large success, that triggers them as much as disappointment because before maybe you didn't have that much to lose, but now you have a lot to lose. So this card is just really saying, you have that cup. Now contain that energy. You do have the ability to hold that energy and to really make it benefit you, make it a win for you, a win for others, and a win for the universe. Yes, and that's what the Six of Pentacles is now confirming. The Six of Pentacles is about your ability to understand when to give and take, and how much to give and how much to take. And so there's 6 coins there, and this is about sowing seeds. So the Queen of Cups is quite often, like, she's the most maternal. And so this is saying she has the ability, like she can have children. This is like the seeds could be like for in a relationship, the ability to build a family, and also to have the pentacles coming in for abundance in all ways, and knowing when to give and when to take and when to contain yourself so that you don't give too much, that you don't have any more to give. That's what the scale represents in the left hand, this feminine energy of being able to do that. And you notice, like with the King of Cups, it's the right hand giving the coins away, and it's the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups that are open to receiving. So the feminine energy is magnetic, so it attracts, and it attracts energy in. And the masculine energy is electric. It causes action. And then we have the Devil. And the devil is on justice and on this fulfillment and hidden illusions from the moon. So freedom is discipline of the mind. Once again, it's saying, I'm getting that this is quite, or could be quite a, if it isn't already, it could be quite a shift in lifestyle. And so you want to really be in this place of not changing the essence of who you are, your morality. When the devil comes up, I like to cover the devil because the devil's never going to tell you the truth. The devil is an illusion. And so what, and right away, bang, we've got the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is using words, the mental capacity to be able to cut through the bullshit and use the words in a wise way. And you notice also that the right foot is sticking out, the toe is sticking out just a little bit. And so if any energy coming in is not in alignment with what is going to keep this moving, this King of Swords is coming in and saying, you know, cut the bullshit. I will make sure that this happens. My will is for it to happen. And in the background of the face cards of the swords energy, there's birds in the background, and there's two birds here. So this is saying this is a protective energy of whatever is being manifested here, or whoever the King of Swords is manifesting this with. This card is saying, I will protect myself and my family and my business, and I'll do it with words. Like he's not going to have to resort to tactics that are that are beneath him, is what's coming up, because this moon energy is right beneath him. And then we have, yes, there we go, juggle your options, not your morals. And that was the underlying energy of the last reading. And you can see like this person that's doing the juggling has the infinity symbol, and it's, you know, but that big red top hat is saying like this person can have quite an ego, because they're good at juggling and multitasking. So, you know, keep the King of Cups. Remember down here that it's the King of Cups. It's your ability to contain your emotions and be emotionally available for other people at the same time as not giving in to, you know, the energies that are distracting around you, and keeping kind of an even keel. Yeah, because what's coming up is this energy. You see there's a lot of pentacles here. And pentacles, as I said, are not just about money. They're not just about coin. They're about abundance. And this person, or whoever you are, has come to the point where you want a strong foundation for fulfillment in every area of your life. And that's what the Ten of Cups and this fulfillment. This person has already been very successful and understands that how to make money and how to be abundant in the 3D, but is now very protective of the abundance of, you know, the other qualities in life that that this person wants to have. And so you may have gotten to the point where you have had success and you know how to have success in the 3D world, but you've never been 100% fulfilled, and now that's your main goal. Now that you have established yourself as a successful person, you are now wanting the other, like the other qualities in your life that make it fulfilling. And then we have the Queen of Wands. And so the Queen of Wands is a very independent queen out of all of them. She's born to shine. And that's this, I'm getting this, that's this feminine energy coming in, because now we have three queens. And this one is also very intuitive. She's she likes creative solutions. As I said, she's born to shine. She has a sunny disposition. The sunflower indicates that she does have the ability to follow the sun, and she's aware of what's going on. but she likes to focus on creative solutions and then put those into action. And the black cat at her feet is just, it's speaking about her ability to tap in to the dark side and the light and be able to make strong choices, because she's asking a logical question, and then she is receiving the intuitive answer from, you see the veil behind her, the curtain, and she is now got her hand, her right hand, on the wand, and she's ready to take the energy and take action with it in the physical world. And that's coming up, just using your ability for this card, is the swords. There's two swords here. And so those two swords are possibly indicating like these two planted and then wanting to move forward in a different way. There's a lot of energy around that of using the intellect and the logic in combination with the intuition. And sometimes in my readings, these three swords represent, I'm getting that they represent these three cups where there was disappointment. And that's because there was a lot of logic, but not combining it with intuitive abilities. I was tongue-tied for a minute there. And then we have the card of reconciliation. So this is now the Six of Cups. And this is above the heart's desires, and it's about speaking your truth and putting yourself out there. And really what I'm getting is this sometimes can be a reunion of getting back together with people, or it can be like a reconciliation. And I feel like, because we started the reading off with the Strength card, it's about reconciling your childhood fears, etc., has brought the ability to get that 10th cup. And the reconciliation is paved, that forgiveness paves reconciliation. So you can forgive yourself and others and then just not have anything to do with any of that anymore and just move forward in a different way. Or you can forgive and also choose to reconcile with some people. And also it's speaking of being able to reconcile your inner child and the fears that your inner child have, and forgive yourself maybe for some of the mistakes that you made because of the fear that was there that you hadn't resolved yet. We have the Hierophant. Yes, and the Hierophant is about the spiritual ability to, have order and going inward. It's the temple of the soul. So it's reconfirming this, that, as human beings, we're all going to make mistakes. And on a spiritual level, like everything manifests first on the spiritual level before it manifests on the physical. And being able to reconcile childhood fears and go inward and be able to do the work that was needed to master those emotions has, you've gotten to the point now where you are basically, I'm getting is your own Hierophant, or that's what you're working towards, is being able to judge yourself, but not do it in a way that's like beating yourself up, just judging your progress, basically. And then we have, yes, the Conception. So the wands, the actions that you took have landed this, and I'm getting these wands, boom, are about to land and accelerate your progress again, as long as you can, contain this energy and move it forward. And this row is saying you need to use your intuition as well as your logic, and then the actions that you take will be more balanced. Where did we have that? Yeah, it's right below because I was getting it has to do with this. Being able to juggle those two and know when to use your intuition and when to put that into intuitive insight make it a logical action that you can take. And then at the top, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is saying that, yes, the pentacle that the Queen of Pentacles is holding here, that's part of this, that this is going to bring in a lot of abundance. I'm getting it already has brought in a lot of abundance, but it's like way more than you can even imagine is what's coming up. And so because the Page of Pentacles is someone that is really young and, fresh, and he's really studying that pentacle and has put, he wants to understand how to create abundance and has been working on it. And that's the secret I'm getting, the secret sauce in the recipe. So if we start from the bottom of this pyramid, we can see what happened in the past is, okay, there was some fears that were stopping the infinite potential, the mastery gained over the 3D skill set, and also ability to look at those fears and challenge yourself, and move forward, gave you the ability to receive this gift from the universe that of the truth of what the real issue is, and then give you a strong foundation to put action of this into place and receive, all that you dreamed of when you started out. It's coming up what you were, the abundance that you pictured yourself having when you were a small child. And then bringing that into the 3D now is you now have that ability to do that. So use it, and forgive yourself for past mistakes. Forgive others if you want. You can forgive, but you don't have to invest time. So with people that you don't want to, and you don't have to spend all your energy trying to work on this anymore, because you already have this part of it. And that's what this Six of Pentacles is saying. Plant seeds moving forward with this new energy now, and make sure you contain that, and you keep that up so that the Wheel of Fortune can keep turning for you. And you're emotionally available, not just for others, but you're emotionally available for yourself. That's a really awesome reading so far. I'm going to clarify this now with my Tales from the Vector Oracle. That's TAILS. I started this in 2007, and it was 64 paintings from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. A lot of them are really big, 3 foot by 4 foot paintings, and I had a lot happening at the time. So I completed the 64th painting in 2020, and now I took it out for about 4 years to fairs and seminars, etc. And now I am working on the information that I want to put with the deck when I bring it in, when I finally manifest it on the 3D. And so I'm gathering information right now by working with the cards. I have the numbers of the paintings from the Oracle on these cards. I will have them listed in the description below in the order that they appear here, so that if you want to, you can go to Tales from the Vector, TAILS, from thevector.com, and look them up and get some more information from there. So first of all, we're going to, this card belongs over here. So this is clarifying the underlying energy here. So yes, attachment is a karmic space that we can all fall into. And we want to be we spin a web kind of, okay, this is how it's going to be done. We can learn a lot from spiders, because spiders spin a web, and if you sweep it away, they just start another one. And that's basically what this is saying. Attachment is when you become too attached to what you have or how you do things, it can really limit your ability to be able to move forward. And we have, yes, 63, the Trauma Queen. So this is about, it's clarifying this inner child energy of like if someone is a trauma queen, they like drama. And this is a major accomplice. We all, like, you know, if there's an accident, everybody kind of wants to look and see what happened. It's a human nature. But what we want to do is hold the drama and move forward in a strong way. And if you've been raised in a family that has a lot of drama, it can create a lot of trauma. And what happens is quite often when people who are raised with drama, if there's no trauma in their life, they think something's wrong, like they've got it backwards. It's kind of like a backwards energy. So that attachment to that drama is an indication for you. If you find that you're doing that, recognize that sometimes what happens is if you've had that in your childhood a lot, growing up, you don't feel like it's a strong energy unless it's dramatic, and it's quite the opposite. So there we go. The Leo energy is the sun, the world. This is confidence versus arrogance. So I'm quite, you know, there's a saying, fake it till you make it. That's not really good advice. You don't want to fake yourself. You want to move into the world being yourself. And because when we're a child, we don't remember our childhood up to the age of 7. That's our subconscious holds those memories though. And really those memories are what people who were looking after us at the time told us who we are, not necessarily who we are. And so that's what this world is saying. It's like this world card with the Leo energy is all about the sun and the lion. And so this is about, you know, God made you a certain way for a reason, and you want to be able to dig deep inside your fears to bring that aspect of yourself out, to accomplish more in life. And then we have this is another karmic space that we can fall into, where we become indifferent to other people and indifferent to our needs. I'm getting this is more about being indifferent to your own needs, like and wants, and maybe being a people pleaser because of this energy, and now moving forward in a different way, all shiny and new with a new cup coming in. And yes, and there we have the Aries energy. So the Aries is the in the horoscope is the infant. It's the stage of life where you just come in, something's been born, you're here. And so this is about, okay, are you going to be who you are and do what you need to do from that place? Or are you going to be someone who's doing, but not feeling like you're being yourself? That's coming in really clear here. And then we have the falling star. So some of this energy for like, because cups do represent romance, not just, like there's a combination here of both romance potential and also of kind of like doing what you love. So the falling star energy is being unfettered. And it may sound weird, but to be able to be unfettered in love means being able to be yourself, and that means containing your emotions instead of entertaining them. And that's sitting right on the King of Cups. So by disciplining your mind, it gives you the freedom to be who you are. And then justice comes in. So this is redemption from karma. And that's basically what we come here to do on this planet. It's a bit of a difficult thing to do sometimes because we are in a position where we don't remember any karma. So we're doing our best to clear it. So that's what this card is saying, is because justice, and we have justice here twice, that justice is an energetic portal in many ways. When we come to the point where we're neutral to what is going on, but we're not indifferent to other people's suffering at the same time, because we've got the 6 of Cups like on the corner of this, is recognizing when to give and how much to give, and when to take and how much to take. And that is holding the scales of justice. And we have the karmic space of anger. So quite often when people get upset about what's happening with them, and they've been raised in a family where that's the number one response, is it's the gift that keeps giving. And so generationally that's passed down by the way you're raised, and it's also inherited. You know, some people are more fiery than others. It's also kind of timing again is coming in, like when you were born. And because when we come in, people will say, well, we have the same parents, but you really don't ever have the same parents, because parents change over the years. And the first child usually, you know, they don't know what to do with the first child. It's experimentation. And then the second child comes in and they think, oh, I've got it. I know how to handle this. But this is a whole different person. And so, you know, children don't come in with manuals. And so the Virgo, the young adult, is about being able to contribute to society, and as well as contributing to yourself. And Virgo energy, that's like the virgin of the horoscope. And this energy is very clean and likes to have things very in order. And so sometimes this energy can be quite critical, but if you use that analytical critique instead of using anal criticism, you can really empower yourself to move forward by using your mental capacity, your swords, and your logic to bring this energy in. And we are, I think, in 3 days going into Mercury retrograde, which just means that from the perspective of Earth, it appears that the planet is moving backwards. Mercury is moving backwards. And this quite often has an energy of communication being distorted. So just being aware of that, and, you know, make sure that if you sign any contracts or anything like that, that you really have looked them over. That's what it's saying. Like, make sure the information that's coming in is information that is like not illusions, but is actually something that is going to benefit you. Do your research, especially when Mercury's in retrograde. Libra energy is about mature, when adults get to the point where they're mature enough. This is young adults usually, but not necessarily. Recognize when I'm saying these stages of life, you could be 90 and you could be, you know, in the state of being an infant, going forward in a new way. That's a choice people make, is not to get attached to their old version of themselves, and to be constantly upgrading that energy. And that's what that 1111 portal is allowing, is like, as you clear karma and you get older, you make wiser, you make better decisions, then you let go of attachments you have to the way you used to do it. Forgive yourself, forgive others, reconcile or don't, but at least reconcile this energy within yourself. And once again, the Libra, this horoscope sign, is with the scales of justice. So they're speaking about a lot of justice coming in. And then we have the karmic space of ego. And so the ego is, we need an ego to be able to get shift done on the planet, for sure. At the same time, we want to make sure, because this is sitting over here, clarifying these cards over here, is that the people that we collaborate with, that we are in sync with that energy, that we're not going to say, oh, well, like, this is going to accelerate me, but this is again coming in about juggling morals and options. Juggle your options, but don't juggle your morals, because you'll regret it later. And that's, you know, the devil is under here of the King of Swords, being able to use your words and understand the words that other people are using, and be able to really find anything hidden in there, and not give in, like not let your ego say, oh, well, just this once, you know, like I'll just do it that way, because that will sort of nullify the work that the hard work that you've already put in. And yeah, death to the, like transition, the death card in the tarot is all about transition. So death and birth are very similar. So sometimes something has to, die for us to be able to move into new. And you can see that when you harvest, crops in a field. When winter comes, it appears like the plants are dead, but then they come back up in the spring, and that's kind of the energy. You look after them while they're through the summer, and then in the fall you harvest, and then there's a time for them to be covered by the snow, and wait till spring to be able to bring that up. And that's the Aries energy. Aries is the spring, is about bringing that energy in. The Aquarius energy, we do have a lot of horoscope signs here, and so astrologically there's a lot of energy I'm getting behind this. When I'm doing a general reading like this, some of these signs may be people that you recognize in your life or aspects of yourself. We all have a little bit of each horoscope sign within us, but basically when I'm doing a general reading, I'm looking more at the state of being, what that sign is, kind of what stage of life they're in, and what their thing is. And so the Aquarius energy is very experimental, wanting to observe and then experiment. And that's talking about that energy where I said of not fighting with the competition, but learning from the competition. And then we have the Judgment coming in, and that's sitting on the Hierophant and the Reconciliation. So, and Judgment is actually coming from the heart. God is the only one who is qualified to judge other people, because God is the only one that knows what people have been through. A lot of times you have no idea what someone's been through, and we all have a tendency to judge others. And this is sitting on this reconciliation, and I'm getting of childhood, and past disappointment. So let yourself be unfettered in your judgment of yourself. That doesn't give you free rein to go around doing whatever you want, and hurting others or anything like that. But being able to forgive yourself for past mistakes or whatever, and move forward in a strong way from your heart space. Judgment really comes from the heart, and that's what this energy is saying. Because this is the heart energy moving into being able to speak your truth. And like the Emperor, the Emperor is all about performance. So the Emperor uses words wisely. The Emperor is all four kings from the Minor Arcana rolled into one person. So this is someone who has a lot of experience in a lot of different aspects of life. They're able to contain their emotions. They're able to make shift happen. They're able to look out for others as well as themselves. They're all about performance. So they're always in competition with their last version, even though they're probably more successful than most people around them. They're always looking to upgrade their energy so that they can be even better, and the better being better for themselves. But the more that you are able to increase your, upgrade your energy and learn how to shift better, you're going to bring that energy into the world, and it's going to be a really strong influence that's really beneficial, not just to yourself. It's a win for the universe, it's a win for you, and it's a win for the people around you. And then we have that finished off with Scorpio energy. And so, yeah, lots and lots of astrological energy here. So the Scorpio is basically the sexual gladiator of the horoscope. And so this is someone that is really about action and about the 3D, like this is an energy. The Scorpio energy is very much about being able to elevate not themselves and others, and conquer. So being able to unite people. The conquering energy is really more about conquering the qualities that we have in ourselves that are not going to benefit ourselves and others. And then being able to elevate our energy to this, this energy that the Page of Pentacles holds, which is about there's a lot of abundance out there. There's more than enough for everybody. We don't have to be afraid of lack. And what we need to do is elevate our own energy so that we can unite people on the planet to work together. I really like this reading. I enjoyed this reading a lot. It was very uplifting, and I hope you enjoyed it also. I really appreciate the likes and the comments and subscriptions. It really is empowering me to build my channel. Bye for now. I will do another daily read tomorrow.